Night Showcase. Sponsored by WSN Live. Live streaming made easy.
History here in the making on the News 25 Friday Night Showcase alongside Ansley Brent. I'm Jeff Hager in house for our final show of the season.
It. Okay, well, before we get to the highlights, let's break down that history, starting with Ocean Springs and South State for the first time since 2009, and Stone in the semifinals for the first time since 1991.
And then in the 5A ranks, Gaucher playing for its first ever South State title. And then there's the mighty Maroon Tide, Picayune back for the second straight year and the third time in 4 years, still the defending champs until proven otherwise. One of these teams heading to the Rock, and this is the rematch we all deserve. Just 3 weeks after the Tide beat the Gators in an instant classic 48-42 in overtime for the Region 4 crown. What would they do for an encore? Well, still not a lot of punting. Even when they should be punting, Chris Davis on the fake. The dude is a walking bolt of lightning. First down, Tide. Very next play, the Thunder to his Lightning. Oregon commit Dante Dowdell. Usually it's the stiff arm, but tonight it's the hurdle. Jump man, jump man, jump man, jump man. Oddly enough, play gets called back on an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Dowdell, whatever. Excuse me, later in the drive, simply no stopping the U.S. Army Bowl All-American walk-in touchdown for the senior. Picayune strikes first, 7-0 home team. Ensuing drive for the Gators. Another U.S. Army Bowl All-American on the field, Caden Irving, and he's got a guy, A.J. Phillips, number 10, and a perfect 10. That's about 40 yards of yak. He's a G+1. That's gone. Huge answer on 3rd and long. Extra point no good. Cuts it to 7-6. But right back comes the Tide. Dowdell to the far side again. And those off-season workout videos weren't just for Twitter clout. He got bigger, stronger, faster. Just wait until I tell you how many times he found the end zone. Not yet, but soon. First play of the second quarter, Darnell Smith shakes loose and he hits his man with that Tyreek Hill piece. Never even touched on his way to the house. Now this game is starting to feel like the last one. 14-6 Picayune. Now Irving doesn't throw a whole lot of interceptions, but getting picked multiple times in this one off the receiver and into the waiting arms of Demarius McGee, the senior, flipping the field for the Tide, and the Tide taking advantage. Dowdell, he really is him. Another touchdown, his second of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Showing why he is named Mr. Football 4 Class 5A. Unreal, 21-6 Picayune. Ball back to Gaucher, and Irving breaking a huge milestone tonight, throwing for 4,000 yards in the season, already more than 10K in his varsity career, and he's finally starting to settle in, hooking up with A.J. Phillips for a first down, and then just whips it sidearm to Kelvin Beavers. Learned a lot from that guy, Wyatt Davis, but some of the stuff you just can't coach. The Ole Miss baseball commit with his 46th and final touchdown pass of the season, and it goes to Dylan Alfred, who just got offered by Ole Miss not too long ago. Turn and burn all the way to the end zone. A 2-point try is good. Gators cut it to 21-6, but that's as close as they would get. Picayune forcing another pick right before the half, and it's Jamonte Waller, another future Division I guy. Maroon Tide shutting it down in the second half, 49-14 final, heading back to the state title game for the second year in a row and the third time in 4 years. Directions to Hattiesburg should still be in their GPS, Ansley. Incredible season for Gaucher. What a run, but Picayune, 7 p.m. next Friday at the Rock. It's a date.
I guess so.
When I took this job here at WXXV back in October of 2016, I heard the stereotype 6A coast teams never go far in the playoffs, and to be fair, Ocean Springs was the last one to make it to South State back in 2009. Well, here they are again in 2022, still undefeated, having already flipped that stereotype on its head no matter what happens, and now just one win away from shattering that glass ceiling. Take it away, Ansley.
My pleasure. Greyhounds rolling out the red carpet for Brandon, and it's a matchup we've all been trying to talk into existence all year long. And well, here it is. Here's the first quarter. Quarterback Landon Barnes hands it to Nathaniel Blount, but it's a major stop by the Hound defense. And QB Bray Hubbard with the snap sees a gap, gets away from a defender, but the ball comes out and is recovered by Brandon. And this gives the Bulldogs incredible field position. As Varn takes the snap, shuffles in the backfield, and finds senior wide receiver Lester Miller deep in the end zone for the first touchdown of the night with a score of 7-0. Alabama commit Bray Hubbard with the snap, acts like he's going left, then goes right and escapes not one, not two, not three, but 4 defenders. That's and just keeps going all the way to the red zone. Wow. And let's see, Hubbard takes the ball, places it into the hands of William Gray, and he takes it all the way to the promised land. First touchdown of the night for the Greyhounds, and it's now tied up at 7-7, still in the first quarter. and now the band is high. And the Greyhounds quickly back with possession, and Hubbard tries to fight his way through, but it just wasn't enough and loses his helmet, so he's forced to come out. That was scary. But now taking the snap is William Burling, who handed off to William Gray, and it's another touchdown for the Greyhounds. Ocean Springs takes the lead for the first time of the game with a score of 14-7. Yes, Little Bulldogs. But Mr. Football with the ball takes a few steps, tries to avoid the Bulldog defense, and fires away to William Gray with an unbelievable catch. Gracious. Greyhounds back in the red zone. And here we are again, Hubbard with the snap, but he goes straight for the middle, slow down, but then dives into that sea of blue for another Greyhound touchdown. Ocean Springs now leads Brandon 21-7 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. And the dance team has something to dance about. But Barnes then takes the snap, acts like he's going to hand it off, shuffles back, and locates Lester Miller, and he kicks it quite into high gear, simply won't stop anytime soon. And Miller takes it all the way to the house, and the Bulldogs are closing the gap with the score now 21-14. Brandon sadly successful with the onside kick and is right back in the red zone with Barnes and Blount, and he gets the job done. For the Bulldogs, score is now back tied 21-all. Hubbard back with the ball, goes to the outside corner, and moves the chains for the Greyhounds for another first down. And dynamic duo Hubbard to Gray as he sprints into the end zone. And Greyhounds back in the lead quickly with a final score of 28-21. But unfortunately, the Greyhounds came up short in the Battle of the South with a final score of 34-31. What an absolutely incredible season by Ocean Springs, who truly made us here proud.
During the dog days of summer in News 25's 25 Teams in 25 Days, Stone head coach John Feaster made a specific request for me to interview all of his senior offensive linemen.
Yes, and perhaps setting the tone for something that they already knew, but we had to find out as the Tomcats proceeded to run the table in Region 8 Class 4A en route to their first district title since 1994.
Now doubling down on that history in their first South State Championship game since 1991. Stone coming off an epic win over Poplarville in the third round, playing host to a very dangerous Mendenhall team. First quarter, the Tigers start on offense and start off hot with a run up the gut by speedy quarterback Tayton James. The Tigers soon find themselves going for it on fourth down with a shot to receiver Nicholas Williams, but it's dropped, turning it over on downs. In the process, Bobcats get their first, not the Bobcats, Stone Tomcats. Not sure what Rick Gogreve was talking about there. Connor Tice sacked, though, on third down, forcing Stone to punt. The Tigers get it back to go on the ground again, this time running back Darius Dampier gets his shot to show off and takes it up the sideline for a first down and then some. However, the Tigers find themselves going for it on fourth again, and the Tomcats are having none of it, stopping them once again and forcing a turnover on downs. Mendenhall gets the ball back after a Stone punt and electing to punt for the first time this game, except it's actually a fake snap to Darius Dampier, who refuses to go down and eventually takes it all the way down for a touchdown, making it 6-0 Tigers. That touchdown, however, wakes up the Tomcats, who punch it through the ground themselves with the small but mighty Dalen Collins for a nice gain. Stone decides to stick with the run. However, this time quarterback Connor Tice takes it for the first down, making sure everybody knows those big runs give the Tomcats an opportunity to open up the passing game, and they open it up. They do it with light. Tice lobbing it to Chasden Collins, brings it in for the touchdown, making it 7-6. Tomcats cutting into that, but yeah, the Tigers see this and decide to match the passing energy. One of their own as James sends it deep to Nicholas Williams, who brings it in for a big game. Mendenhall then goes right back to what they've done best all game, taken in for a touchdown by Dampier, who, has to use his entire wingspan to get across. And sadly for the Tomcats, incredible run, but their season here comes to an end, taken out by the Tigers 26-14. Hats off for an incredible season, and we will have our play of the day.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools in South Mississippi like Gulfport, Moss Point, and Ocean Springs stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.